Welcome back to Media Addicts. Today, on the music review, Dylan and Ben review Mariah Carey's new Christmas album. On the game review, Tom and Dylan are reviewing Super Smash Bros. And on the movie review, the boys are watching Polar Express.
Hi, I'm Ben Kernan,
I'm Thomas Gasterline.
and welcome to the Media Addicts Christmas movie review.
And the holiday-themed movie we are reviewing is The Polar Express, based on the popular children's book by Chris Aldberg.
Alsberg. It's a hard name.
Aldberg.
Okay,
It's a hard name,
so,
please give me a break.
So, The Polar Express is a movie about a train known as the Polar Express that takes kids to see Santa Claus at the North Pole. And a lot of things happen along the way, pretty much. I don't want to spoil everything that happens, even though we're probably going to.
Yeah,
anyway.
a lot does happen in the movie. The train's got a really nice magical feel to it, too.
It does.
Like, it's even hard to say if the train's even, well, obviously it's not real, but at the same time, it's kind of questionable whether it is or not, you know?
Yeah. So,
And I also like the movie's theme of like believing in Santa Claus. It's more like a test of faith rather than just believing in what could be real, what couldn't be real.
it doesn't force it down your throat. It kind of, it says a lot. Seeing is believing, and it says seeing isn't believing.
A lot
kind
of opposing
thing.
forces in the movie
Yeah.
regarding believing in Santa Claus or not.
I think that's a great thing about the writing in the story too.
Yeah, the writing actually is very good in the movie. I feel like all the characters are real and they are three-dimensional. They all are just nice. I think the Santa Claus, I have to say, though, was probably like the only character, if you can even call it that didn't really do much because he was just there for, I don't even know how long.
It was a little disappointing.
Not even most of the scene, which makes sense because it's not really about Santa Claus himself.
Yeah.
It's more about believing in Santa Claus.
There was a lot of suspense leading up to it.
Oh, yeah,
I think
lots
it's
of
really great
suspense.
about it. I think one of the best things about the writing though is that the book didn't have any words in it, so they made a story completely on their own out of this picture book. So that's another great thing about that is that the entire film was made from 3D animation, and they made everything on their own pretty much, just basing it off of the art style of the book. So it was actually done the old-fashioned way with the what did you say it was called again?
Mocap. is what
Yeah,
they-
mocap. And all the voice actors actually did most of the acting like for their characters. And Tom Hanks actually was like 5 characters in the film.
Tom Hanks voices everybody.
He was the little boy, the hobo,
I'm so confused
Santa
on how
Claus,
they did that. I'm so confused how they made
and
him
the
voice Little
conductor.
Boy.
I don't know. It was just editing magic. Yeah. So, what else would you want to cover on this movie?
Oh,
That's
the,
really
oh,
good?
the music, of course. The music is
Music.
great in the movie. I wasn't a fan of the one song the little girl sang.
Christmas Comes to Town.
It felt kind of like out of place compared to the rest of the movie.
It's kind of a musical in a sense, but I hate the fact that like just all of a sudden there's this little boy singing in the caboose of the train, and she just comes over and starts singing with him, and there's like it's just really awkward placement, I think.
I don't know if this is really an appropriate connection for it, but it kind of reminds me of the old Rankin Bass Rudolph, with the music just kind of being there.
Yeah, that was weird.
It wasn't bad, of course,
right.
but it just.
But this movie does a lot better with that. Whenever there's an awkward moment, which it's hard to escape that in animations, but I think that they made up for a lot of the weird moments that were in there, and it kind of adds to a bit of a charm that it has. It has a really good art direction and just good direction at all. Like it's weird because it was the director of Forrest Gump.
Really?
That's why Tom Hanks
I did
is in
not
this
know that.
movie.
I did not know that.
He
That's
also
interesting.
directed a Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to guess that either because they're two very different movies, of
Right,
course.
yeah, very different. So I think it's a good Christmas movie just because like it's not overly cheesy and campy like a lot of other Christmas movies are. It's kind of dark and creepy, and I don't know why I like that so much about some Christmas movies. It's just like when it does get Christmassy, I feel Christmassy, and it doesn't say like, oh, you have to be feeling Christmassy right now because it's a Christmas film. It's like, no, it has little things in between, and then it gets to like different songs. So, yeah. What do you think? What do you like about this film?
Oh, I really like all of it. Really, I watched it back when it was in theaters. All the way back in, what was it, 2004 when it came out?
Yes.
I watched it back in theaters, although it was in a different language. The voice acting was English, but all the writing was
Yeah,
in
that's really
a different
weird.
language. It was weird, but it was. I remember watching it back then. Every time I watch it, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the movie, I still really love watching it because it gives me sort of a nostalgia factor for that.
Yeah, it is a very nostalgic movie. I think
definitely.
it should be a classic, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, I watch it every year. You say you watch it every year.
I watch it every year, definitely.
I have seen it a couple times this year already before December even came. But it's a really good movie, and I highly recommend it. I think out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 4.
I would give it a 5. That's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little over the top. I was thinking 4.5, but I'd say 5 just because it's just a great movie with barely any source material, and they made all that.
That's actually really impressive. I found the book a couple days ago.
Read the book.
I read it. I read the picture book.
Right.
And it is definitely interesting how they were able to make a whole story out of it without having any words in it.
I would give it a 5 out of 5 for Christmas spirit. What'd you give it for that?
Christmas Spirit, definitely 5, yeah.
Yeah. So now for honorable mentions. What's your honorable mention for today?
The best Christmas movie, Christmas Story. TBS, 24 Hours, Christmas Day. It's the best Christmas movie. You can't argue. I'll fight you on this one. It's the best Christmas movie.
It's pretty good. And
the best part is it's barely about Christmas when you really think about it.
It really, yeah. There's even like, isn't it like the end of it is like the day after Christmas or something like that?
No, it's the day of Christmas.
All right. Well, mine is a weird one. It's Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. It's a traditionally animated movie from like the 80s or 90s. It's got a couple of different stories in there. They had a sequel that was 3D animated that was pretty good, but
really?
Yeah, it's Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. But Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas it's really nice. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. It's pretty good. It's went back when Disney's traditional animation was like actually used and really good.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I've been Ben Kernan.
And I'm Tom Casterline.
I'll see you at the game review.
Hi, I'm Tom Casterline.
I'm Dylan Lowry.
And welcome to Mediatic's Christmas Game Review.
Today on our game review, we're reviewing Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U.
Yes, this game I've been extremely excited for because it's the 4th in the Smash Bros. Series of games, starting on the N64, now being on the most recent consoles, the Wii U and 3DS, as previously stated. Smash Bros. As a game, it's the idea is to knock your opponents off screen, basically, and the more you hit them, the lighter they get, and it's a different type of fighting game, definitely. It's hard to even qualify as a fighting game, but it's definitely with like Street Fighter, Tekken, and all that.
Yep, definitely not your normal fighter. But I think this game is a little hard to get used to, especially if you're playing on the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Actually, probably one of the biggest things about the game is the fact that it's now on a handheld console. There has not been a Smash Bros. On a handheld console before, and that's definitely good because now you can play Smash Bros. On the go.
Right, but it's harder to get used to. I really like it though. Like the game is fun to play. Once you get used to it, it's not really something you can pick up and play and be good at.
Yeah.
Like the controls are funky and it's not your normal fighter. And if you're used to fighters, you're not going to be used to this game. So that's what I think about it. But graphics, what about that?
Oh yeah, the graphics, the game looks really good. It's even for a 3DS game, the game is probably the best looking one so far. As for Wii U, it's definitely one of the best looking. I think Mario 3D World also looked pretty much just as good as this one. It's made by Nintendo, so obviously it's gonna look great.
Yeah. The graphics, they're the traditional Nintendo style, but I think Nintendo did really go all out on this. And especially because Mario franchise is definitely like Nintendo, that's their thing. But they really did do good at it. And especially I like how they put Pokemon in it and stuff like that. It does good.
Definitely a lot of Pokemon in the game, but we'll get to that later.
I do like the music in the game.
Oh, yeah, the music. There's just tons and tons of music in the game.
Yeah, there is.
From all the different series, and they got remixes and all melodies and all that. The music capacity is a little, almost overwhelming, I want to say, because you can set the music, yet there's so many tracks, I only have like 1 or 2 set for every stage.
Music, it all sounds really good. It all just get you into the like fighting kind of thing. It's not like the traditional fighting music. It's the Nintendo music. Like they have like Mario stuff in there, and they've from all their games, and it's all remixed to fit the Super Smash Brothers feel. And I like the music along with the different modes in this game.
Yeah, there's tons of different modes. We won't be able to cover them all in the time period we have for this episode. But the main modes are classic mode, where you just go through, for the 3DS version, you go through 6, I believe, 5 fights, and then you fight Master Hand for the 6th one. And then
Just like in every other game. Smash
I
Brothers.
think in the previous ones there were more matches. These ones, the one on the 3DS were meant more for quickly pick up and just go through it once and then put it back down, just portable gaming. Wii U version's pretty much the same thing, except instead of sort of line path, you have this arena sort of thing where you choose who you want to fight. It's definitely I like both of them for what they are.
That's like the standard gaming the arena one is.
Sort of, yeah. You pick which set of characters you want to fight. It can be 1 character, it can be 5 characters, it can be, and actually one of the big points about the game is it can go up to 8 players, which is,
That's a lot.
I don't know how many video games have made us more than 4-player, but
There isn't a lot. Well, not like there is I guess a couple games like online, but
not many fighting games, that's for sure.
yeah, I haven't heard any there are more
8
than 2.
players, and it's not even online. It's people who sit next to you. You can have 8 people in one room playing the same game, which is probably gives the game a lot more worth than the rest of them, that's for sure, because now you can have a gigantic party for this instead of just a couple of your friends coming over.
Yep. I'd like the different modes, but I guess like classic would be my favorite because I like the fighting and I like the challenge, even though it's a little hard to get used to and play. But my favorite thing about this is all the new characters and the new stages.
Yeah, characters and stages are definitely the big part about Smash Bros. Games that everybody looks for. As for new characters, I don't want to really spoil any of the secret ones, but I know Mega Man and Pac-Man were 2 really big announcements. There's also Shulk from Xenoblade, for anyone who's played that. I haven't played this, so I wouldn't know, but he's a cool character.
Greninja.
Greninja, yep, Greninja. They also got some new Fire Emblem characters.
Greninja is bad. He's not a very good character.
Everybody plays differently. I think Greninja's like a fast, heavy character,
Yeah.
but not too powerful.
I did the wrong choice on him when I played it the first time.
Yeah.
I love Pokemon, but Greninja is not a good character.
Some characters are hard to get useful, but they got all the returning characters, Bowser, Mario, Link, all the classics, really. I think my main, as you'd call it, would either be Little Mac, who is also a new character, and Ness. Those are my 2 big main ones. I also like playing as Dr. Mario and Dark Pit.
Well, I like the stages too. Like I don't know if in the previous games, but they did move. The stages in this one moved. I'm not sure
Yep,
if they did that in older games.
they had a couple of those back in the earlier.
There was like a Mario
Songs.
stage that looked like you were playing the game while fighting, and I like it. It was nice.
Yeah, they also got like a Kirby stage that looks like it's on the Game Boy. The original Game Boy, the black and white one, or, well, black and green in this case. But it's just, I love the stages in the game. They're all great. I love all the characters. I don't feel like there are any really wasted slots.
Right. There's also a slot for your.
The Mii Fighter.
Yep.
Yes, the Mii Fighter. You can create your own characters now, pretty much. If you have a Mii, you can turn him into a character from having a brawler who only uses a fist, a sword fighter who uses a sword, or a gunner who uses guns and bombs and all that sort of thing, which I think that makes the game perfect for me.
It does. I like the customization is actually pretty cool. There's a lot of different things in this game that I like about it, and it is definitely a good game. It's a gift for the holidays.
Oh, definitely. I think when it comes to a rating, I couldn't give it anything less than 5 stars. It's just, it's not necessarily perfect, but it's still a great, fantastic game for the whole family to play, hardcore gamers, casuals, anything really.
It's a great game. I would give it a 4.5 just because it's not as easy to get used to as most games I played, but it's a fun game to play. And other games that could get you in the Christmas spirit, Pokemon, Omega Ruby.
Well,
and
other
Sapphire
release,
just came out.
other releases. Yeah, there's Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Those are definitely
Came out
must-gets.
just a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely good games for the holidays. I know any you mentioned.
As for ones that most people would buy, I'd say like Bayonetta 2 was one that came on the Wii U, that one's really good.
All highly rated too.
Oh yeah, pretty much all the new games coming out now are highly rated except for Sonic Boom.
Yeah,
But
no, that I don't suggest getting that.
yeah,
one.
we're not going to get into that right now. But this has been the Media X Game Review. I'm Tom Casterline, and
I'm Dylan Lowry.
we'll see you in the music review.
We're out. Hi, welcome to Media Addicts. I'm Dylan Lowry.
And I'm Ben Kernan.
And this is our Media X Christmas special.
And today for the music review, we are doing Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas and the Charlie Brown Christmas album by the Nick Guaraldi Trio. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas album, I think, is a really good one.
It's fantastic.
Her voice is amazing, and just the songs and everything. And she does a cover of other like older songs, like Christmas carols. And it's a
Yeah.
really good album. And again, like I said, she has amazing voice.
Yeah, she does a couple of originals too. I'm pretty sure she does, but most of
Yeah,
them
she
are
has a couple.
covers. But she makes them her own, and the instrumentation of it is really good too. It's back when they would actually use real instruments.
Mm-hmm.
But what would be your favorite song from the album?
My favorite song is All I Want for Christmas Is You, and it's one of her originals. And it's a really good song.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
I did not know that she made that song.
She did.
Wow.
Well,
We learn something every day.
yep. It's it's a love song in Christmas, and it's really good.
Yeah, it is.
And
It's a
her
classic.
her voice does accent the song a lot because she has an amazing voice. What's your favorite song?
I think that Oh Holy Night did a better job of bringing out her vocal presence, like how talented she is with her singing, because she hits some whistle tones in that song.
She's
By
original
golly.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, by golly, it is good. It's really good.
Yep.
What would you rate the album?
I would give it a 4 out of 5, definitely, because I don't give 5s.
I would give it a 4 out of 5. I'd say it's 4.5 out of 5, maybe. I don't know. I don't listen
it's
to it
getting
that
up
much,
there.
but it's a classic album. Like, it's a really good Christmas album. I like it a lot.
It came out in the 90s,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts about this album is the cover because she is gorgeous. Along with her voice, she's a very pretty lady.
I like the wordplay in the album.
Oh yeah,
The MC.
Merry Christmas, yeah. Mariah Carey.
So, yeah, anyway.
What'd you give it for Christmas spirit rating?
Christmas Spirit, 4.5.
4.5. I'd give it a 4.5.
I only give it a 4.5 because I don't actually like listen to it that much, but I hear it often, and obviously she made the All I Want for Christmas Is You, so
I gave it a 4.5 because there's actually a couple songs on there that aren't Christmas related.
Oh,
She has
really?
she has a song with Snoop Dogg in it, and it's really good, but it just isn't about Christmas.
Is that in that album?
It is in that album.
Oh.
So, all right, the next album is A Charlie Brown Christmas by the Nick Guaraldi Trio.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about that, Ben?
It's a jazz album, and I really like it a lot. There are a couple of vocal songs in it, but it's mostly instrumental. Not all of these songs were actually used in A Charlie Brown Christmas, but most of them were. It's a fantastic album, and it's really Christmassy. I like it a lot.
It does definitely get you in the Christmas
Yeah.
spirit.
It's mostly comprised of like drum, bass, and piano mostly. It's all they have, but they work well with just those three things. It's really good.
Yep. The Nick Guaraldi Trio is very, very talented. I like them.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song off the album?
My favorite song is tough because I like a lot of them. It's either What Child Is This or Greensleeves, whichever one you call it. And O Tannenbaum, I think it's titled. It's a O Christmas Tree. They're both really good songs. I was going to say Christmas Time Is Here, but that would be way too cliche.
Yeah.
'Cause that's actually from the movie, you know. But like I love Greensleeves, so it's obviously gonna be one of my favorite songs. So.
Mine is Little Drummer because obviously it's a classic that they
Little
remade.
Drum, yeah.
Yep.
That song was pretty good too. I like that one.
I don't think was that one in the A Charlie Brown Christmas special.
It was not,
No, it wasn't. I didn't
and
think
neither
so.
was Greensleeves.
All right.
But Oh
That
Christmas
was-
Tree was. No, it wasn't.
Was it? All right. So what would you give this album rating?
I would give it a 4.5. I love jazz, and but some of the songs kind of like I wish they would have done more of their own original take on things because some of the songs just sound kind of similar, but it's not really much you can do about that. They're really talented and really good musicians. So
I would give it a 4.5 also, only because I like the vocal aspect, and they didn't really do a lot of that in this album.
The vocals are very quiet too.
Yeah.
But it's a really old album from like '63, I think.
Yeah.
But it gets
Christmas rating, what about that?
5 out of 5 for a Christmas spirit. Charlie Brown Christmas is one of the only movies that can actually get me in the Christmas spirit. So the soundtrack is obviously going to do the same for me.
And I agree. I don't give things 5 often, but Christmas spirit rating, definitely a 5. This album is 100% about Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really gets you in the Christmas spirit.
All right.
I'm Dylan Lowry.
I'm Ben Kernan.
This has been the Mediacs Christmas Special.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome back to Media Addicts. Oh my god, alright, so we're gonna review some stuff. We're gonna watch Polar Express, right? And then we're gonna listen to Mariah Carey, my queen, oh my god. And then we're gonna review some game, like Super Smash Brothers or whatever, and it's just gross. But Happy Christmas, oh my god. Be safe, okay? Drink lots of cocoa. Splurge, you know, buy yourself some new shoes. And
Can we just use that one?
everybody's like, yeah, that was great. I was just waiting for him to write stuff down. All right.